hazy. Oh God.
Hey yo, Archie, this shit so hard.
D.K.K Productions, man. Always holding down. One of the realest ones I know. And it's all about love. Inspired to be inspired. You feel me? Like, just keep inspiring. And life will be a lot easier. All right? Love you.
KitKat up in like Boston, New Hampshire area for a couple of games, man, like 10 years ago. And I always knew he was from Dime just from watching the videos back in the day. But so he was always exciting to watch for me. And you know, I didn't know what to expect when I first meet him because it's kind of intimidating because there's like one of the guys that was on mixtapes before I started getting on the mixtapes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was cool to meet him. He was a real chill dude, and instantly, like, we hit it off. He's down to earth guy. So it was just really fun to kind of see him in person and see him play, and just finally get to meet one of those guys you watched on mixtapes for years. But
he loved and cared about his people, bro. Like, he loved and cared about his people. He would call me a million times, and I would answer the phone and be like, oh, you know, I don't have any events. He's like, I don't care about no events. Like, I don't care about that. I'm not calling about that. I'm calling to see how you're doing, man. How was you and your girl? You know, what can I do for you? Can I do anything for you? He was just like the best soul, bro. Like, he was my best friend, bro.
that was terrible.
That never fully met each other. But we talked on the phone a whole lot, you know, and we considered ourselves OGs, you know, because we were some older cats, you know. I was the elder statesman, still am. But, you know, with him and I, we talk a lot about family and community.